Welcome, Divine. We are back. We are going to look into now. I hope you checked out the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine in the mind space. Now, we are going to look at Divine Feminine in the emotional space, okay? And see what's going on there. And then I hope You're a Vibe is an amazing reading that just came out. And Divine Feminine is a manifestation natural. When I tell you this energy is woo. Oh, wow. So what do we get here? What do we get here? Look at that. The King of Swords to start out. Okay, so this is where Divine Feminine is in the emotional space. Wow. So this is like that clear thinking, that intellectual, you really got to go in and really think about how the person would be holding that energy. And that's pretty much what we have going on here. But again, giving homage to this new deck, which is the Illuminated Tarot that I have here. And I'm glad I did in the mind space reading because it just really added to it. But I want to kick off the reading with it, and it also gives me a chance to really just know what the author had in mind when they was creating. And many of you guys are creators, so you always want to give homage to that. So this being, yes, of course. Yes, of course. Because this is the King of Spades, okay, right? But then it would also be considered like a sword. So I'm starting to realize how you can read these cards. This is kind of cool. It really does allow you just to wear your intuitive hat, because this is also the Emperor. So wisdom, experience, authority. So I'm glad that I looked at that from the clear thinking intellectual when we go to the King of Swords. So holding that sword there is what we have here with the Divine Feminine in the emotional space. You are in a wise place in your emotional space, which is very, very interesting, because I do still have here that comes out, and we look at this, and this would be what we would consider kind of the Four of Pentacles. But looking out of that window there, just peeping, and you can even see the devastation of those eyes. So what I get here is that in the emotional space, that the Divine Feminine energy right now is grieving, but you're grieving in a point that you are very wise about your grieving. What I mean by that is that you have reached a state of, I'm grieving because I'm releasing the things that no longer serve me. But I am not upset that I'm releasing the things that no longer serve me. I'm actually really proud of myself that I am doing that, is what I'm getting with the Divine Feminine energy. That you are really, really proud of yourself, that you are releasing the things in your life. Some of you guys, what I'm getting is the hunger, the desperation, the need, the obsessive desire. What I get right here is I also see like a t-shirt. Somebody has such a strong connection. They had a strong connection with this t-shirt particularly. There's some writing on it as well. But there are it's a white butterfly that just went by too. But beautiful enough, what I have here is that you are really releasing your attachment to these things that do not serve you, because I'm getting that they would take you into that negative space. That many of the things that you guys were holding on to, there's jewelry, many of these things that you guys were holding on to, they just took you down to a place that made you feel bad. And you were like, I grabbed that thing and it held an energy of my despair. And then I would be in that point of despair for a little bit of time. And you realize that became kind of like an addictive state. Something go wrong, then I go and align to this and feel even worse. Da is what I'm getting when it comes to how you would deal with it all. And now you were just like, look. I am releasing this because this does not serve me to take this route. What I'm getting is that you have discovered that there are new routes to deal with the things that you are transitioning out of. You're like, look, I understand that was the way that situation was. I understand it's not even going to get any better. I understand that these people are no longer my present people. They are my past people, but I do not have to go around that merry-go-round like I have done before. That is so something that I have coming in here with the divine feminine on the emotional level. So it's almost like, but look, I appreciated it. And it was so much real love there because you're like, I'm genuine. So there was so much real love there. And you're like, but hey, I know that no longer serves me. And you have pretty much just laid that down for yourself. And you told yourself, it was almost like, look, this is not going to work for you. You have moved into a new placement in life and I need you to adjust to that. It's just like that mind space about you getting into the new lane. So even in this emotional space, you were like, look, this was good for you for a certain period of time, but this has brought you a lot of pain. I'm also getting the phone, needing the contact, the phone. What am I going to say? The phone. Where is it? The phone. That has become a thing that has been tossed out of the window. I'm getting that your time is spent doing what you need to do. And you are really saying that this is what I have to do. And then those of you who are not in that space and you are getting in that space. And I'm going heavy into the action space. So it's interesting because I guess this is all we need to go to when it comes to the spiritual, because we go to the threads that are not seen, which is the thought and the emotional space. And the action space that happens within the 3D physical world structure, we know that's a guarantee once we have these things in alignment. So that's what we'll do. We'll do the mind and we'll do the emotional space. But that's really what's happened, is that naturally, now that you have aligned with your emotions, because remember, you are a divine being. So when you align with your emotions and align with the powers to be, then automatically the physical world shifts for you. So that is why many of you have recognized the instant manifestation, where I think something and I look up and it's there. What? I said something, I look up, it's there. What? Those were your cues that you do instant manifestation. Now it's just about tailoring it to exactly what you want to manifest versus just doing all this random stuff that leads to just a life that you don't necessarily desire. And then also there are many systems that have been in place to kind of key you to manifestation, which is okay. Put out your vision there to make you do it on purpose. A lot of things with vision boards have been put in place for that. Then I'm also getting also list your goals, set out your plans. And it's like, I'm trying to get you to manifest. I'm trying to get you to do what you naturally do. See yourself in another space so you can just go there. Yeah, so that's really heavy coming in with the divine feminine energy on the emotional space. So you're really grieving how you used to be, because you was like, I just worked too hard to make things happen for myself. And what you're recognizing is that the reason why you worked so hard to make things happen for yourself is because I'm getting ye of little faith. It's coming in, but now you have recognized who you are. You have gained that maturity, wisdom of who you are through life trials, okay? So life trials have actually told you that, look,
look, this stuff actually happens out here, but you do see that you have been knocking this thing out of the park every time you elevate to a new state of life. That might not have worked out well, but you ended up well off of it. Something about this game, you're actually winning, but you actually think you're not. So you're really grieving those old ways, and you're understanding that it's important to be in that space, and to be in that space and where you can just kind of let go of that hard way of doing things. You're like, let me use my ability to manifest. I know how to align. I have spent my whole life being this old emotional person, and this heavy emotional person that would always struggle in these areas. And now I'm recognizing, wait, I'm that way, so I can really align vibrationally because I'm really a manifester. I know how to transmute energy. I am really someone who is powerful on the planet, not the weakness that I have been labeled as because of my emotional state. Yep, that's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. And when I look in here to see exactly what the Illuminated Tarot says that this is, they go in with this Four of Diamonds, and it's like hesitation to help others, preoccupation with the material possessions. See, what this is saying is, with coming in with the wisdom, is that you now have a wisdom in how you outsource the value that is you. You are someone that can endure trials on this plane of earth. You are someone that can really hang with somebody in the thick, the thin, you know what I'm saying? You can really hang with a person. You can really be there for a person and really support them in whatever they're going through. You can endure hardships and trials of the earth. But what you're understanding is that that is a high value, that your genuine and your authentic nature and your ability to endure because of your life have trained you as a soul being, that really the things that happen to a lot of people around you, you're just like, yeah, it'll be okay. And you really believe it, and they see that belief in you, and then they start to believe it, but you're like, of course it will, because of the things that you've actually dealt with concerning that very specific thing where yours seems so bad. But right now, what you're recognizing, that you're now hesitating to do that endurance for everyone. It's almost like, I can't take those tracks through life with everyone because what I hold is of high value. So you're seeing the value in yourself, and you're grieving how you used to show up, which was hard. So you're starting to figure out new ways to show up to maximize your energy. Yeah, that music hit. So we know we went there. You were exhausting your energy trying to outsource yourself to every person. So that seems to be what's going on here in emotional space, that you are grieving how you used to be. And with that, you're also grieving relationships that came along with that there were relationships that you just recognized that they just were not going to work because they were really set up very one-sided. And now that you have your new position and the way that you show up, you have new relationships that are coming in your life that are very serving to you, because you exert your energy naturally just in the being of who you are on this planet. Because of so much transmutation you've done, you've become a lighthouse. So just your presence alone is very appreciated. So you're grieving the old way where you used to work really hard to get people to be in your life and appreciate you and desire you, because you're recognizing there are people who will do that naturally because they actually see the value of you. And those who also, they see the value of you, it's just that they know deep down they know the journey that they've had with you, and they know the journey of themselves. So they project quite a bit there. So this goes, not only does the power of your thought determine which people make their way in your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience. and the thoughts you think determine everything about the life that you live. As you turn your attention toward the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviors of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only what you desire. The thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. Isn't that perfect as to what's going on here? That you guys have developed wisdom in how it is that you are showing up when it comes to others. You are grieving that working hard to develop those relationships and situations, and you are moving into a point of attraction and radiating who you are, understanding that the people around you are going to just appreciate that naturally, and those who don't, then it has nothing to do with you. So you are just focusing on those who are appreciating you, and you have more people who are headed your way to really just love on you. If you are taking advantage of the energy during this time, we are moving into that harvesting season, So you are harvesting in many of those things that you have put out energetic wise. This is a vibrational planet. When you take away the physical aspects, you understand how much you have out there to return to you. It's no longer looking at the people that you gave that energy to give it back to you, that you are releasing that in dealing with others, and you are recognizing it is simply for you to be in the receiving mode, and you're allowing it to come to you in all different types of ways. Okay, so you don't have that preoccupation with the physical, the material world, like seeing it that way. You're just letting it come. Okay? And you're dealing with people in a different way. So this is very beautiful when it comes to you in the emotional space. So you are grieving just a little bit as to how you showed up with people in the past. You're grieving how people showed up with you in the past. You're grieving the old ways in which you were, but you are also looking at the new ways and the new love and the radiation that is coming back to you due to what you were putting out. I'm getting that it's just all such a worth it to you. It's all such a worth it to you. So that's why I'm getting that you're taking pride in this grieving moment. It's almost like I'm grieving because I'm an emotional being, and that is what I do, and I was authentic in all that I have done. Yet I am taking pride in that I am choosing to release those things that no longer serve me, and I'm moving towards the love and the higher ways of all these things. I can feel better about this. I can feel better about that. I can feel better about that. I get to have these new advancements in whatever area it is in my life. I get to receive, and that seems to be what's coming strongly for the divine feminine in the emotional space. So you might just really have an interesting time of some really pleasure tears. Pleasure tears is what I'm getting, such a grieving somber, just a releasing. The golden mission is union with himself, then union with others.